p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Miriam Khan. First, the headlines. The Prime Minister has lauded Islamic Development Bank's long-standing engagement with Pakistan towards the capacity building, polio eradication, and economic growth. President says investors from all over the world are keen to invest in Pakistan due to its liberal investment regime. Senate was informed today that the 9 special economic zones will be set up under the umbrella of CPEC. Corps Commanders Conference held in Rawalpindi today reviewed the evolving geostrategic environment and security situation of the country, including the progress of Operation Radul Fasad. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state of terrorism martyred 3 youth in Shopian district today. 3-day National Sailing Championship begin at Clifton Beach, Karachi today. And now the news in detail. The Prime Minister has appreciated the Islamic Development Bank's long-standing engagement with Pakistan and its support towards the capacity building, polio eradication and economic growth. He was talking to President Islamic Development Bank Dr. Bandar M.H. Hajar and the member of his delegation in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister underscored the importance of ISDB for the member countries and the Muslim communities worldwide. Imran Khan praised President ISDB about the flagship initiative of Government of Pakistan, namely Ehsaas and Naya Pakistan housing, aimed at social welfare and poverty alleviation. The President ISDB expressed his appreciation of the government policies for pursuing people-centric growth policy. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed the authorities concerned to ensure the provision of essential commodities at the fixed rates during Ramadan. Chairing a meeting about the Ramadan packages 2019 in Islamabad today, he said the administration officers must ensure their presence in the field and take immediate action against the profiteers and the hoarders. Talking to the newsman, Prime Minister says the bills of a public interest tabled in the National Assembly should be passed to facilitate common people. He said civil cases are the major issue of the common person and 50% of such matters are land disputed. He said we have laid these bills to the case is life of the common people. He said the enforcement of the Women's Property Right Bill is aimed at protecting rights of ownership and possession of the women in properties. Prime Minister said the Rights Whistleblower Protection and the Vigilance Commission bill will be helped to curb corruption and corrupt practices. President Dr. Arif Alvi says investors from all over the world are keen to invest in Pakistan due to its liberal investment regime and rising economic opportunities. He said this while talking to President of Islamic Development Bank, Dr. Bandar M.H. Hajar in Islamabad today. The President said the first phase of CPEC project is near completion and now we are focusing on second phase, including establishment of special economic zones which will transform Pakistan's transport network into economic corridor. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the government is pursuing economic diplomacy for socio-economic development of the country. He said this while addressing the investment conference in Islamabad today. He said Pakistan took several peace overtures towards India, including the opening of Kartarpur corridor and reinvigorated the relation with China, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Turkey, Qatar, Malaysia, and Iran. Earlier addressing the conference, the advisor on finance Hafiz Sheikh said negotiations with IMF are moving ahead in a positive way to provide the platform for macroeconomic development in the country. Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Muhammad Khan has informed the Senate that the 9 special economic zones would be set up including in Bostan under the umbrella of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Responding to the various questions during the question hour, the minister said the feasibility report for establishing SEZ in Bostan has already been received and he has no information about the shifting of proposed SEZ in Bostan to Las Pela. National Assembly was informed today that the present government has introduced economic diplomacy to attract the foreign investment and promote the trade relation with the other countries. Parliamentary Secretary on Foreign Affairs and Dilip Abbas told the House during the question hour that the commercial attaché have been given the message that their responsibilities are to earn revenue for the country. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. 221st Corps Commanders Conference presided over the Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa was held at General Headquarters in Rawalpindi today. The forum reviewed evolving geostrategic environment and security situation of the country, including progress of Operation Radul al-Fasad. The meeting reiterated to continue its efforts for bringing the enduring peace in the country while supporting all the initiative towards the regional peace. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting Firdaus Ashik Awan says the Supreme Court's judgment on Nawaz Sharif's plea for extension in bail is based on facts. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad this afternoon, she said courts are independent in the country. She said the narrative based on lies has died down and the people have known reality about the Sharif brothers who have the only objective to go to London. The Supreme Court today rejected Nawaz Sharif's application seeking extension in his bail in Al Azizia Steel Mills corruption references. A three-member bench headed by the Chief Justice Asif Saeed Khosa heard the petition in Islamabad. The court ordered that the Nawaz Sharif will surrender himself on expiry of his bail on Tuesday and then can move the Islamabad High Court for bail. Pakistan has expressed its deep concern over the statement made by the Indian Finance Minister yesterday about the Indians' intention to have Pakistan downgraded on FATF list. In a statement, the Foreign Office said the Indian account to reconfirm Pakistan's long-standing concern that this technical forum is being politicized by the India against Pakistan. The statement said Pakistan remains committed to fully implement the FATF action plan, and this commitment has been made at the highest political level. However, FATF must ensure that the process remains fair, unbiased, and firmly grounded in the technical criteria of the forum. Embassy of Pakistan to France, in collaboration with the leading French tour operator company Celio, organized an outreach event in Paris as a part of its initiative to promote Pakistan as a preferred destination amongst French and European tourists. In his welcome remarks, Pakistan Ambassador to France Moinul Haq invited the participants to visit Pakistan and explore its hidden touristic secrets. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 3 Kashmiri youth in Shopian district of South Kashmir today. Earlier, an Indian soldier was injured in an attack in the same area. The killings triggered massive anti-India demonstrations in the area. Indian police and the troops fired bullets, pellets, and tear gas shells to disperse the protesters, injuring more than 20 persons. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani says the government is ready to announce a ceasefire if the Taliban show readiness in this regard. Addressing the concluding ceremony of the Grand Consultative Jirga on a peace in Kabul today, he said his government is ready to implement all recommendations mentioned in the peace Jirga's resolutions. In Afghanistan, 12 militants have been killed in cleanup operation launched by the government forces outside the Ghazni city. In India, 3 people were killed in powerful cyclone Fani, which hit Orissa coast in the eastern parts of the India this morning. More than 1 million people have been evacuated from the eastern state of Odisha. Flooding has been reported in several areas, and forecasters say the storm surge, the 50-foot, could threaten the low-lying homes. 3-day National Sailing Championship begin at Clifton Beach, Karachi today. The races are being held in Olympic classes of boats, including 470 lesser standard and windsurfing RSX. The performance of sailors in lesser standard will form the criteria for selection for the Al Bahrain International Sailing Championship, going to be held in Bahrain next month. And finally, the weather report. Mainly hot and dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain with a dust and thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Malakand Division, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Kashmir. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch the live video streamings on the link facebook.com.radio Pakistan News Official.